Good morning, I'm Mickey Zeta, and this is Live in Your Power. So glad to have you here with me today. Watch either live or recorded. It'll be recorded on my Facebook page, Shatterproof, Thriving After Domestic Abuse. I've got my little cup of coffee here, and hope you've got a cup of coffee or something warm. Actually, I'm in Florida. You can see I have sleeveless. I'm so excited. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'm going to have a golf lesson this morning, so that'll be fun. My son teaches golf, and he's going to give me a lesson, which I really need. Today, I'm talking about something that I read on Facebook, and of course, I've read it before, and it's an Abraham-Hicks quote. If you don't know Abraham-Hicks, check it out, because that's pretty fascinating information. Hi, Jan. Oh my gosh. Hi. You're driving into Florida. I can't wait. You'll be in my state this evening. Yay! I'm so excited. So what Abraham-Hicks said is the basis of your life is freedom, and the purpose of your life is joy. Now, I've got the joy woman on this recording today, and she is remarkable. Jan Janke. She has a Facebook page called Splashes of Spirit, and she is full of joy. She coaches joy, she teaches joy. She's amazing. So it's pretty cool that this is what I'm talking about today, and here she is. She's listening live. Usually she catches it later. And Carmen Garcia, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So I'm going to say it again. Abraham-Hicks said the basis of life is freedom. The purpose of life is joy. Now, for those of us who have lived in domestic abuse, what do you think that means? What's the purpose of that? The purpose of joy is so different than just happiness. Joy is so much deeper. And the basis of your life is freedom. And for those of us who have lived in domestic abuse, freedom means something different to every one of us. But for me, I'm going to talk about what both of these words, freedom and joy, mean to me. So freedom for me was getting out of domestic abuse and figuring out who I am. The freedom of living my authentic life is phenomenal, and I didn't even know this kind of a life existed while I lived in abuse, because you know that when we live in domestic abuse, things kind of don't go well for us. We play head games about what's really going on. Often, and for me it was 23 years. For 23 years, I didn't realize I lived in abuse. And the more and more women that I interview for my podcast, and the more and more women I talk to with my coaching services and online Facebooks, so many of us live in domestic abuse, we don't even realize it. And when we do, sometimes it takes a while to even change, to gravitate toward the freedom that is ours. All we have to do is move toward it. It took me 11 years. After I figured out I was living in abuse for 23 years, then it took me 11 more years before I was strong enough, ready, before the timing was right for me to get out, to embrace my freedom. And you know what? When you live kind of caged, when you live in a life that's controlled by other people, the concept of freedom is not an easy one. It's not an easy one. We don't think we deserve it anymore. We don't think it's possible. We don't think we can do that. We worry about finances. We worry about, can I really live on my own? We worry about leaving because it's dangerous often. It's dangerous often to leave abusers. Male or female, I understand that, but I talk about women who are being abused because that's my niche. That's who I speak to in this. I understand men live in abuse too. So anyway, freedom. Freedom is choosing, making the choice to do the personal growth, to do the work, to move out of domestic abuse, and to begin creating your authentic life. Your authentic life. I promise that it exists. I promise that you can get there. I know that it takes work. It's not something that just because you want it, it happens. That isn't how life works. Your purpose, the purpose of your life is joy. And you will not believe the joy, the change in energy, the change in cellular change in who you are when you embrace joy and you say, you know, this is how I'm going to live. This is my right, and it's my privilege to live in joy. Joy is so much stronger than just happiness or just feeling good. It's like I said, it's a cellular thing. It motivates everything that you do in a different way. You'll find yourself smiling a whole lot more. And we know that smiling is the quickest way to increase your energy. So yeah, Jan said it's all about joy, and she's right. It's all about joy. So I'm going to encourage you to check out my Facebook page, Shatterproof, Shatterproof, Thriving After Domestic Abuse. There's a lot of joy there. There's a lot of inspiration and education available to you. And also I'm going to encourage you to go to the Facebook page of my friend Jan Jenke, and it's Splashes of Spirit. Splashes of Spirit. Spirit's involved in your joy. Whether you want to, whatever you call spirit, it can be the universe, it can be God, it can be Jesus, it can be the nature, whatever you want it to be, whatever your higher power is. Joy is involved in that, isn't it? Joy doesn't happen by osmosis. Joy happens when we move toward whatever our light is, whatever makes us feel like we are sharing, like we are purposeful, that we're living a life that matters. That's living in joy. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Check out Shatterproof, Thriving After Domestic Abuse on Facebook. Also check out Splashes of Spirit for Jan. You'll love that. That's a great place to be too. She also does a Monday morning call. You'll see that on her Facebook page. I'm going to encourage you to go to my webpage. It's www.Shatterproof, Thriving After Domestic Abuse. Everything's pretty well changed over to my new name, Shatterproof, Thriving After Domestic Abuse. Thank you for going there. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here this morning. Live in your power. Absolutely live in your power. Jen said, joy is our choice. It gives us energy and strength. It gave me the magnet that says I need more. There is always something to smile about. There is always something to smile about. That's something to hold in your mind to carry through the weekend. Smile. There's always something to smile about. It lets your joy flow through you, and you'll feel so much freedom. You'll feel so much freedom. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Monday morning for Shatterproof Your Week. See you then.